can't expect me to block my ex. We're still friends, she said. So I replied, then be friends. That night, I took down every photo of us, accepted the promotion abroad, and sent her a picture of my boarding pass when she texted, "Why are you ignoring me?" Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Hey Reddit. I've been lurking here for ages, reading all these wild stories about betrayal and karma, but I never thought I'd have one of my own to share. This all went down about a year ago, and honestly, typing it out now feels therapeutic. If you're into those satisfying revenge tales where the good guy walks away with dignity and life slaps the cheater hard, buckle up. I'm a 28-year-old software engineer, and I thought I had it all figured out with my girlfriend, Sarah. We met 3 years earlier at a tech conference in our mid-sized city. Nothing glamorous, just a place with decent coffee shops and overpriced apartments. She was this vibrant marketing coordinator full of energy and big dreams. And I fell hard. I was the steady one, the guy who planned dates, remembered anniversaries, and supported her through everything. From the start, I was all in. Sarah had just gotten out of a messy relationship with her ex Mike, who she described as toxic but fun. I didn't think much of it at first. Everyone has baggage, right? But I made sacrifices for us. Flashback to about 6 months in. She lost her job during a company downsizing, and I covered our rent for 4 months while she job hunted. I cooked meals, encouraged her during interviews, even helped tweak her resume late into the night. She's worth it, I tell myself, watching her smile when she finally landed a new gig. Another time, about a year ago, I got offered a killer promotion at my company, a senior developer role that came with a move to a tech hub in Europe. Better pay, exciting projects, the works. But Sarah freaked out about long distance. I can't do that again, she said, tears in her eyes, referencing her past with Mike. So I turned it down, no questions asked. Stayed put for her, for us. I figured that's what commitment looks like, putting the relationship first. Things were good, or so I thought. We had our routines, weekend hikes, movie nights, scrolling social media together. But slowly, cracks appeared. Sarah started mentioning Mike more often. Oh, Mike posted this funny meme. Or, Mike's traveling again. Must be nice. I brushed it off as harmless. But then the late night texts started. I'd wake up to her phone buzzing at 2 a.m. and she'd mumble something about just catching up. One night I glanced over and saw a message from him. Miss our adventures. My stomach dropped. Was this emotional cheating? It felt like it. But I didn't want to be the jealous boyfriend stereotype. I confronted her the next morning over coffee. Calmly. No yelling. Sarah, those texts from Mike, they make me uncomfortable. If we're serious, maybe it's time to set some boundaries. Like blocking him. She rolled her eyes, setting down her mug with a clink that echoed in our quiet kitchen. You can't expect me to block my ex. We're still friends, she said, her tone smug, like I was being ridiculous. It's not a big deal. Mike and I have history, but it's platonic now. You're acting insecure, babe. If you trusted me, this wouldn't even be an issue. I sat there, staring at my coffee getting cold. Her words stung. Dismissive, like my feelings were an annoyance. Friends, I repeated, keeping my voice even. If that's what you need, then be friends. No begging. No argument. I just nodded and excused myself to work. Inside, though, it hit hard. History. Platonic. I'd given up opportunities for her. And here she was prioritizing some ex who dumped her years ago. But I didn't push. That was my mistake. Or maybe my saving grace. The rest of the day dragged. At work, I buried myself in code, but my mind wandered. Flashback to last Christmas. I'd surprised her with tickets to a concert she'd been dying to see, even though it meant dipping into savings. She'd hugged me tight, whispering, "You're the best." Now it felt like I was just convenient. By evening, I knew something had to change. But I wasn't going to make a scene. Dignity, right? That confrontation lingered like a bad hangover. For the next few days, Sarah acted like nothing happened. She'd chat with me about her day, laugh at my jokes, but her phone kept lighting up with Mike's name. I started noticing more subtle digs on social media. She'd like his posts, comment with inside jokes that made no sense to me. One evening, I saw a story she posted. A throwback photo of her and Mike at some beach, captioned, "Good times with old friends. #nostalgia." It got likes from our mutual friends, and a couple even commented, "You two were cute." My chest tightened. Was I paranoid? Or was this straight-up disrespect? Emotional abandonment, making me feel like a backup. While she flirted with the past, I didn't confront her again right away. Instead, I let it breathe, sitting with the confusion. Nights alone on the couch, pretending to watch TV while my mind raced. Why am I tolerating this? I've been loyal, committed. Turned down that Europe job twice now because she said it would ruin us. Flashback to the second offer just 3 months ago. The company emailed again, sweetening the deal with relocation assistance. Sarah had pouted. But what about our life here? Mike always said long distance kills relationships. There it was again. Mike is the expert, I'd reassured her. We'll make it work here. Sacrificed my growth for her comfort. Now, staring at that beach photo, it felt unfair, undeserved. Like I was pouring into a cup with a hole in it. A week later, things escalated. I came home from work to find her on the phone, giggling. She hung up quickly when she saw me. "Who was that?" I asked, as casual as I could manage. "Just Mike," she said, waving it off. "He's going through a rough patch, needs a friend." That night, we had the talk. She initiated it, sitting me down on the couch with that serious look. "Look, I've been thinking," she started, her voice steady, almost rehearsed. "I need space. Mike understands parts of me that, well, you don't. You're great, but you're so settled, so predictable. I don't want to hurt you, but this friendship with him, it's harmless. And if you can't handle it, maybe we're not right." I leaned back, processing her words. Excuses piled up. "It's not cheating. We're just talking. You're making it weird by being jealous." Twisted logic followed. "If you really loved me, you'd trust that Mike's just a friend. Blocking him would be controlling, and I won't live like that. I deserve someone who lets me be free." She said it all with this smug edge, like she'd already won the argument in her head. Dismissive, as if my 3 years of commitment were footnotes. "So what now?" I asked, my tone flat. She shrugged. "I think we should take a break. See where things go." No tears from her. Just that casual cruelty. I nodded slowly. "I get it. Do what you need." No emotional outburst. No pleading. I stood up, grabbed my laptop, and went to the bedroom. She looked surprised, like she expected me to fight, but I was done. That night, while she slept, I made my move. First, I logged into social media and took down every photo of us. Hundreds of them. From vacations to lazy Sundays. It felt like erasing a chapter, but it was liberating. No more pretending, I thought. Then I emailed my boss. "I'm accepting the promotion. Ready to relocate ASAP." They'd kept the offer open, thank God. By morning, I had a start date in 2 weeks. The next day, Sarah noticed the photos gone. "What's this about?" She texted while I was at work. I didn't reply. More texts came. "Why are you ignoring me?" I waited until evening, then sent one thing, a photo of my boarding pass for the flight out. No words, just that. She blew up my phone. Calls, voicemails, but I let them ring, detached, disappeared in a way. It wasn't revenge, it was self-preservation. For the first week abroad, I focused on settling in. New apartment with a view of cobblestone streets. Team lunches with colleagues from around the world. But the silence from home let the unfairness sink in deeper. Mutual friends messaged, "Dude, you overreacted. It was just friends." One even said, "Sarah's hurt. You left without a fight." I ignored most, but it stung. Hurt. She discarded me like yesterday's news. Confusion turned to clarity in those quiet moments. I'd been mistreated, manipulated into feeling like the villain for wanting boundaries. But now, free from it, I started breathing easier. Those first weeks in Europe were a mix of jet lag and revelation. I threw myself into the new job, leading a team on AI projects that actually challenged me. Unlike the routine stuff back home, the city was alive. Cafes spilling onto sidewalks, historic buildings mixed with sleek tech offices. I rented a small apartment with a balcony overlooking a river, and for the first time in years, I felt light. No more walking on eggshells, wondering if Sarah's phone would buzz with Mike's name. But I didn't rush into celebrating. I let the betrayal simmer, processing it in quiet moments. Walks along the water at dusk where I'd replay her words. "You're so settled, so predictable." It hurt. I'd been loyal to a fault, putting her first, only to be discarded like an old app update. Confusion lingered. Was I too boring? Did I deserve this? But slowly it faded into acceptance. This wasn't my fault. It was her choice. I blocked Sarah on everything that first night. But mutual friends kept the updates coming, at least initially. A guy from our old circle, Tom, messaged, "Hey man, Sarah's saying you ghosted her out of nowhere. That's cold." Another, Emily, "She's really upset. It was just friends with Mike. Give her a break." Their words were unpleasant, laced with that toxic loyalty to her version of events. I replied to a couple politely, "Appreciate the concern, but I'm good." Then I muted the group chats. Let the silence build. It was unfair, them painting me as the villain when she'd been the one manipulating boundaries. But I didn't argue. Dignity meant not stooping to explanations. Months passed before karma started showing its teeth. I wasn't stalking. I'd unfollowed everyone. But snippets trickled in through unavoidable overlaps, like a shared Spotify playlist or LinkedIn connection. First, Sarah's social media went quiet, then exploded with vague posts. Sometimes, people aren't who you think. Turned out Mike wasn't the fun friend she'd sold him as. From what I pieced together via a neutral acquaintance's DM, he'd been using her, borrowing money for his adventures, crashing at her place, our old apartment, flirting with others behind her back. Then, it got ugly. A public blow-up. Mike posted a rant calling her clingy and broke, exposing their friendship as a full-blown affair. He'd been unstable all along. Job hopping, temper issues, and once he drained her savings on a failed business idea, he ghosted her, dumped her via text, just like she'd essentially done to me. Sarah unraveled fast, lost her job too. Too distracted, showing up late after nights arguing with him. Friends distanced themselves when the truth surfaced. Even Tom admitted in a message, "Dude, we had no idea. Mike's a mess." She became isolated, posting desperate pleas for real friends online. Broke, too. Our shared lease ended, and she couldn't afford the rent alone. Ended up crashing with her judgmental sister. It was ironic. She'd chased excitement with Mike, only to end up in the instability she'd feared with me. I didn't gloat. Just observed from afar, focusing on my own rise. Gym sessions turned into a routine. I picked up language classes, even started dating casually. A colleague introduced me to Anna, a sharp designer who actually valued stability. This is what moving on feels like, I'd think. No longer vulnerable, just clear-headed and free. The middle of it all breathed slow. I sat with the unfairness during rainy afternoons in my apartment, sipping coffee and staring at the river. Flashback to our last trip together. A weekend getaway I'd planned, surprising her with her favorite wine. She'd been on her phone half the time, texting Mike. Now that memory didn't sting, it taught. I'd been mistreated, yes, but it pushed me here, to a life I wouldn't trade. Her attempts started small, about 3 months in. A text from an unknown number. Her sister's phone, I later realized. Hey, it's Sarah. Can we talk? I miss us. I didn't respond. Then voicemails. Please. I was stupid. Mike meant nothing, progressively desperate, showing her hypocrisy. Friends got involved. Their messages unpleasant and pushy. Emily emailed, "You're being immature. Sarah's going through hell. Least you could do is hear her out." Tom called. "Guilting, man. Her family's worried. She's not eating right." Come on, for old time's sake. Toxic. Like I owed her salvation after she'd dismissed me. The calls escalated. One night, my phone rang at 2 a.m. local time, her voice slurring slightly. "Why'd you leave like that?" "I needed space, not for you to vanish." I picked up once, curious more than anything. "Sarah," I said calmly. "What do you want?" Her voice cracked at first, apologetic. "I messed up. Mike, he was abusive. Took everything. I see now how good you were. Please, let's try again. I can visit. I'll figure it out." Hypocrisy dripped. "You expected me to block him, but you blocked me. That's not fair." I stayed firm. No sympathy. "You made your choice. I'm not part of it anymore." She pushed. "But we had history. Don't you care?" "No," I replied evenly. Moved on. Click. That set her off. Next attempts turned angry. Texts raging. "How dare you send a boarding pass and disappear? You're heartless." Her family piled on. A voicemail from her mom. Unpleasant and accusatory. "You've destroyed her. She cries every night. Be a man and fix this." Her sister messaged. "Sarah's desperate. Lost her job because of the stress you caused. Come back." Emotional shifts clear. Smug dismissal to begging to fury. Power reversing as she exposed her true colors. I blocked the new numbers, but she found ways. Email from a work address. "Please, I'm alone now. Mike left me broke. Remember how you supported me before? I need that again." Desperation peaked in a long message. "I'll change. Block everyone. Just talk to me." It revealed everything. Her twisted logic crumbling. Hypocrisy. Begging for what she'd refused to give. But I felt nothing. No care for her well-being. Just indifference. My life was full. Promotion led to a raise. Anna and I were getting serious. Weekends exploring new cities. Her pleas were noise from a past echo. The final nail came at our mutual friend Lisa's wedding. Virtual, thank God. A Zoom affair due to her family spread out. I logged in from my balcony. Suit jacket over a t-shirt. Anna off camera prepping dinner. Sarah appeared in the grid, uninvited. Apparently Lisa must have added her last minute. She looked rough. Hair unkempt. Background, a cluttered room at her sister's. Contrast hit hard. Me thriving. Her desperate. Post-ceremony chats buzzed. I mentioned casually in the group. "Congrats, Lisa. Lovin' life over here. New projects, new adventures with my girlfriend." Sarah private messaged immediately. "Girlfriend? Wait, We need to talk, please. She requested a breakout room. Curiosity won. So I joined. Her face filled the screen. Eyes red. I can't believe you're with someone else already. Mike destroyed me. He was unstable, took my money, even hit me once. I'm isolated, broke. But seeing you like this, I realize what I lost. Come back. I'll move there. I leaned back, calm. Sarah, you wanted friends with your ex. I wanted peace. Found it here, mirroring her logic. You said I was predictable, controlling for wanting boundaries. Now you're begging. That's not my story anymore. Firm. No sympathy. You're irrelevant to my happiness. I've built something real, upgraded, without the drama. She teared up, desperate. But I love you. Don't do this. Chapter closed, I said definitively. Handle your choices. I left the room, blocked her Zoom ID. Power flipped. She'd been smug, now powerless. Me emotionally free. Vanished from her life like I'd never been central. Reddit. Karma's poetic. I'm thriving. She's not my concern. If you're in something similar, walk away with dignity. It pays off. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.